My name's Kasim Tariq. I'm a social designer and I'm also the creative director of Fayakunu, and I'm really pleased that the beacon is finally in place in Bradford city centre, in City Park. So when I was designing the beacon, what was really important to me was capturing the essence of Bradford, and for me, the grandson of a Pakistani migrant who came to work in the mills, it was really important for me to show that this is where we as a Pakistani community in Bradford have come from, and our ancestors did travel here for work, and we looked to the industry that Bradford provided at that time. And what this piece does is it also looks at the way that Bradford has changed over the years, with the mills closing down, the lack of work available and the lack of apprenticeship opportunities available to the young ones. It was difficult getting the final designs ready for casting the thing, and then making sure that the castings actually line up and fit to the frame. Everything's really delicate, so I didn't want to break anything. But when it came to the day of the installation, there were challenges like putting in the glass without breaking it, making sure that everything's riveted inside to stop it from falling out. So we had to do some of these things in situ. And designing the beacon, it's designed so it can be uninstalled and reinstalled again. So it's almost like IKEA flat pack furniture.
Yeah.
Just pop it all in the back of the van and then move to the next location. It's made for the water, and that in itself is a big part of the brief, where we wanted it to sit in the water, and here it is, and it works, it does its trick. We sent this off and it was a concept image. So we looked at Lister Mill's chimney, and the challenge was to choose which pieces we wanted to highlight for the architecture and which pieces we wanted to, kind of hollow out and bring out the glass and the transparency and the ability to look through what is normally this giant monumental structure that is solid and you can't see through it. So now that I've had a bit of rest after dismantling the beacon, it was a great success. There was loads of really positive feedback, and it was, for me personally, a really deep project. I love being able to create something that really spoke about my own cultural identity and my background, even my family's migration and their struggles. So I've had a weird journey getting here. I initially started off studying human nutrition and biochemistry at Westminster Uni. At that time I was fitting carpets. It's a skill that I picked up from my family's business. Ended up swapping university and courses to study interior architecture and design at Coventry Uni, and along the lines I kind of realised that I love being in the workshop, and I learnt so much. And then when I came to Bradford after having an exhibition in London, it was like, well, how do I get my work out there? How do I carry on doing what I want to do? And in the end of it all, I decided to open up my own art studio, since as I couldn't find the teachers to take me on as an apprentice. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll bring the teachers to me. So the whole idea of Fayakunu was to facilitate, by having a workshop that's fully kitted with equipment to facilitate the art in ceramics, in traditional crafts, including stained glass artwork and many different crafts. But the idea is just to bring loads of people here, so not only I can learn, but everyone else in the local community can learn too. Well, I hope this does really shine the light on what Bradford has to offer, and there's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of stereotyping in Bradford, but it's really important to show that, we as Pakistanis, we contribute to our society in the arts, in the culture, in our own different ways, and now that Bradford has achieved City of Culture, it's a fantastic time for us to actually showcase all of that, all of the different communities and what we have to offer here.